The Electric Prunes were a psychedelic and garage rock band from Los Angeles. They were formed in 1967 and had an initial stint of existence that lasted... 1965, not 1967. Their initial stint lasted till 1970, kind of. It got a bit confusing. In 1968, there was a proposal that they record a concept album, which did get recorded and released, which was called Mass in F minor. But it was written by David Axelrod, who was not part of the band, and towards the end of partway through the recording, it was realised that they couldn't actually play the music that had been written very well, and they got bored, and so session musicians came in and recorded most of it. There was then a disastrous attempt to try and perform it live, and slowly over the next year or so, they kind of fell apart. One member, Hassinger, still had rights to the name Electric Prunes, so he formed a band called the New Electric Prunes and did another concept album, again written by Axelrod, and it was called Release of an Oath. This was followed by a release under the name The New Improved Electric Prunes in 1969 of an album called Just Good Old Rock and Roll, which I guess was a reaction against the progressive rock direction that they've been going in. They then basically completely fell apart at that point. In 1999, they reconvened with the original lineup, and since then have released 4 more albums. They've had more member shuffles. A member or 2 have died. There is one of the original members left, who is James Lowe. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the second album by the Electric Prunes, and it was my first encounter with them. I'd not heard of them before at all. Probably because they're an American-based psychedelic band. I know of the ones who managed to have international success. I'm not sure that this band did so much. So it is psychedelic rock. There are quite a variety of instruments being used here, and of kind of folky rock into rocky rock sounds there, at times using fuzzed guitars. There's a Vox organ. I certainly heard some auto harp, though, which is kind of more on the acoustic end of things. It's reasonable musically. It's definitely of the time. It's not got strong Indian influence like quite a bit of psychedelic rock did have at the time. There are songs. Some of the songs are about kind of more naive things, which was a feature of psychedelic rock at the time. So there's a track called Wind Up Toys, there's a track called Antique Doll. Most of the songs are more grounded, kind of, love songs and songs about life and relationships. There's a song called I, which is a curious song. It's quite cheesy. It's about the letter I, and if I use the letter I too much, I'm being selfish or self-centered. But with lines like I is yes to a sailor and things, so it's quite cheesy. You probably wouldn't get away with it today. It has kind of sprawling feel to it, but it's all right. My favourite track was certainly Dr. Do-Good, which is somewhat more bizarre, and it's kind of a heavier sci-fi sound to it. Overall, it was okay. I certainly didn't object to it, but I wasn't particularly enamoured with it to the extent that I'd want to go out and get a copy, or possibly even seek it out to listen to it again, particularly. So, yeah, it's okay. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. That's it from me for now.
Close your eyes and you'll rest. What did your daddy do? Oh yes, my dear, it's quite alright. I hear the music too. Your twisted form of madness in relation to your sadness is 'cause you have